Window washers of Reddit, what is the most memorable thing you have seen while on the job? A tornado. We'd had little warning before we saw it about 1 kilometer away. It didn't appear to be moving side to side much, which indicates that it's coming towards you. We winched down about 4 floors, jumped onto a fire escape, and got inside the building. Rode out the storm inside, and then went home. I used to window clean hotels, which meant going room to room with the master key to let myself in. I've seen quite a few dildos and vibrators being proudly displayed on bedside tables, but the one situation that stuck with me the longest was just walking down the corridor and hearing 2 middle-aged people going at it in one of the rooms. It was a Georgian hotel in the Cotswolds, so very HOI. Their screams were getting louder and louder and people were actually coming out of their rooms because it was so audible. All the housekeepers at the end of the corridor were doubled over laughing. That couple had no idea how intimately they shared their experience with us. One guy was on his computer wearing complete death metal attire, spiked hair, full body leather and heavy, and I mean heavy mascara / eyeliner. He was facing the window, and in turn me. He locked eyes with me the entire time I was doing my job. He looked like he was going to murder me. That's when I saw what he was watching on his computer. My Little Pony. That's when his demeanor changed. He realized what I saw and smiled from ear to ear. This was 25 years ago. Cleaning second floor windows in a hospital from ladders. I arrived at a window to see a lady giving birth. The child was probably half in and half out is as best as I can describe it. The people in the room were so concentrated on what they were doing they didn't notice me, so I made a hasty descent. A couple of windows further down, same floor, I see a man pacing up and down with his hands behind his back. Dark hair, tidy mustache, around 30. Will never forget his face. No idea why he wasn't in with his partner, but I had no doubt this was the father. Skip down a few windows, 3 minutes per window including moving the ladder, so not that long, and I arrive at a window to see the lady being wheeled in on a wheelchair with the baby in her arms, the other mother's maternity ward, clapping, and the father walking behind with a huge beaming smile. It felt like it was out of a movie with the camera following the story. Quite unforgettable. Edit, Wholesome Pro Award. Not sure what it is, but Tivem Kind Stranger. Edit 2, Silver and Gold. Wow, Tivem to the generous people. Not a proper window washer so to speak, but the clothing store I worked had the insides of their big from windows cleaned every Sunday morning by a staff member. A lot of the time it was me. Now people could come into the mall and wander around, we just wouldn't let them in the stores. This is because the upstairs was a food court and open. So one morning I'm in the store on the little ladder cleaning the window, and I spy this dude standing just kind of out of the way of my line of sight, but he can see me. I'm thinking great, it's 8 AM on a Sunday, I'm possibly still drunk, I don't need this crap, it's too early. So I turn around to call my manager over to point him out so she can call security. While I'm turned around he runs up to the window, waits till we are both looking, and pulls out his dick and wanks all over the store window. Yup. He was escorted out and arrested, and one of the mall cleaners had to clean the mess up, poor dude. There was then a flawed high-necked top found that all the girls had to wear when washing the windows, because apparently he was getting off on seeing the cleavage. Just knew. Not a window washer, but I live in a 2-story building, so we don't really bother with real curtains in the bathroom. We only have an extremely thin, see-through white fabric over the window. The doors in the shower are glass. So, on this fateful day, I was taking a shower and my mom had unfortunately neglected to inform me that our gutter was getting repaired that day. So you can imagine my surprise when, while I was just minding my bussiness, getting soaped up in the shower, naked as the day I was born, all of a sudden I see the figure of a man ascending into the frame of my window. I'm not proud to say I completely panicked and just dropped to the floor. So, dripping wet and covered in soap, I made my way, crawling over the bathroom floor to open the door. I escaped. The worst part is that at that point the guy was probably so high up that he saw everything. The most horrifying moment of my life, but it does make for a good story today. Not a window washer, but I saw a window washer dressed up like Batman while cleaning the windows of the cancer ward in the hospital. Grandmother had cancer. The child cancer center was through a different door on the same hall as the elderly, 60 plus, cancer center. I was 9 at the time and thought it was awesome. Cheered me up for a while. Edit. Thanks for the award, stranger. I love how people are shocked and amazed at this. It's actually common at that hospital to have the window washers do this at the hospital when they're working around a children's ward. The nurse told me that when the same dude was dressed as Spider-Man the next day. Except she told me that a new hero comes to help the hospital every day. I work for a private estate in the local polo club. I was under the impression that the owners were not home at the time, but I was wrong. I was washing windows this particular morning and I came around to the restroom window and got a perfect view of this older couple in the shower together. The window looked out on a private fenced-in patio, so that's why it wasn't fogged glass. The window by the toilet is the same way. Bad design in my opinion. I've never moved faster in my life than I did catapulting myself backwards out of view of this naked couple. I don't believe they saw me, because the next time we ran into each other, everything seemed normal from their end, haha. Not a window washer, but I used to install them. One afternoon we'd gone out to a job where some asshole neighborhood kids had smashed several back windows of a nice elderly couple's place. We worked our way from top. First 2 windows belonged to an en-suite bathroom, while the third was the bedroom to which the en-suite was attached. The master. My job was to clear any remaining glass from the area so the other bloke could put the new panel in. Anyway, I noticed a small urn on the desk by the window, with the name Triple Scoop engraved upon it, along with 2 dates, about 4 years apart. Probably a pet. Hopefully a pet. I'd thought. Didn't think about it for more than a minute, then went back to work. We finished the upstairs windows and went down to work on the 2 in the kitchen. Holy shit. There was a wall with 5 long shelves, each one holding several urns similar to Triple Scoop upstairs. Turns out the elderly couple used to breed and race greyhounds and the urns contained the remains of their deceased racers. Triple Scoop was their first champ. One of my first jobs I worked as a window cleaner in a little town in England. For a year maybe. Saw some sights. Once saw an old lady getting changed. Nearly jumped off the ladder in fear, but luckily didn't see anything. Was in charge of collecting the money though, and it was real awkward. One time an old man sat in his armchair and watched me intently with a deadpan expression as I cleaned his living room windows. 3 of them. I was pretending I couldn't see him, but I could. Boss son also worked with us, and literally all dogs hate him. No idea why. Watched maybe 15 dogs chase this dude over the year. One bit his ass cheek so hard he had to get stitches, lol. Had to clean a 4-story building on a hill and boss used to prop the ladder up with 2 bricks under one leg. Super unsafe, while I shook my way up the ladder. All the window ledges were also covered in rusty nails to stop pigeons from landing, so I'd be like 40 foot in the air on an unstable ladder, shaking, trying to clean a window behind 100 giant rusty nails. Terrifying. My favorite story, I was cleaning away and looking at this guy's room and noticed a skateboard. I'm also a skater, and thought, oh damn, I recognize that deck. It belonged to a guy I'd met like twice at the local park. The next day I was at the skate park and walked over to him. Bear in mind we've exchanged like 8 words before this. I sat next to him and kept a complete stone expression and said, "Hey, you look like the kind of guy who'd have black bed sheets." He was like, "WTF, I do have black sheets." I was like, "With white squares. I bet your room's blue as well," and has nautically freaked. Like, how the duck do you know all this? And then I had to drop it. "I'm your window cleaner, mate. Saw your deck in a room yesterday, ahaha. Fast forward 11 years and has currently my oldest and closest friend. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and want to see more, please like, comment and subscribe.